Yeah, Danny. So this is how it starts. So title sequence, and then it opens on the scene of San Francisco. Various scenes towards the end of the day, sunset as people leave work, IGN office, reflections off the building and whatnot, people on the Muni. And then it kind of pans up to what is saved, reference. Then this red light comes down, we'll say goes through the clouds kind of in a big burst. And then there'll be some big explosion, some buildings get destroyed, and then emerges some enemy. I haven't quite decided what it looks like yet. Then there's some cameras come along, some news reporters is kind of ramping up, and then on the TV you'll see people reacting to it, including Greg and Colin, Roper Report reference there. And then you kind of basically see scenes of the destruction, people at the crash site in trouble, and then the first images of the aliens, and everyone's kind of like looking and wondering what's going on from all the different TVs all over the city, kind of all panicking. And basically looks quite dire, and then this blue light comes along and kind of lands the same thing. So Clement is walking down the street, and then he sees this glow which hits let's say a power line, which then kind of spreads eventually to the apartment where it affects a PS3, and then from there emerges the first of our characters, which will be Nate. And then all through the city you'll see other people kind of emerging, other characters, so Final Fantasy characters, and then of course Sackboy from this little kid's Vita, and this kid's a little bit important, we'll come back to him later. Comes back to Nate, and then Nate basically gives his nod and then jumps through the window, lands outside where basically you'll see other characters running past him towards, the devastation zone. So Sly Cooper on a rooftop, Cole kind of sliding down the streetcar cables, and then this car pulls up, and it's going to be old Snake driving away in a GTA car and gives him a lift. And basically we're back at the devastation scene. You can see some humans struggling, and then Cole comes in, steps in, and then basically there's this huge fight scene, and this is where it kind of ramps up in the song. I haven't quite decided how this is all going to be storyboarded, but basically, it's basically going to be gratuitous violence. And anyway, Cole looks like he's about to get killed, and this is kind of, then Kratos gets, introduced. I thought that'd be a cool intro, and then you'll even have like some random characters like the flowers, and then Sackboy does this kind of cool transformation. So he's kind of tiny, and then he kind of pulls in all this junk and creates a junk T-Rex, which then stomps on some bad guys. Anyway, so he's inside there, waves at everyone. That's important later on. And then this other column arrives, and basically the bigger enemy, the big, evil big bad comes along, and Kratos naturally jumps forward. Cole warns him, and then you realize that the heroes suddenly, can be hurt, and then he kind of fades away. He doesn't die, he just kind of loses energy, and then all these tentacles come out and kind of affect all the other heroes. And then basically Cole's about to go in, he gets taken out as well, and all the humans freak out. So T-Rex gets taken down, and Sackboy gets caught by Nate. Nate's the last left, and you can see that all these guys are coming, everyone's fallen. The bad guy's coming towards him, he's freaking out. It's about to end. And then the kid comes in, says the beyond. This is where the chorus kind of comes in with the word beyond. And then and then basically everyone else starts saying beyond on TV, on all the different characters that were introduced initially. The reporter, and you see one by one the different characters get revived. The guys back at home see on TV, they jump out the window and say beyond, and then Clements does it, and then all these people at the bar do it. Anyway, continues on. And basically then it's a whole bunch of humans and the characters, and they face the last guy, and it's not a big fight scene, it's just like comes out as a big fade to white, and then everyone's congratulating each other, and all the characters are slowly one by one disappearing, and it leaves to this last kid's like, where are you going? Beyond. And that's how it ends. So there you go, mate.